That's fine. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Hit it live. Smash that emoji button, folks. We're fired up and we're ready to go. It's Friday night, folks. It's Friday, the 8th day of November. We're in the evening. We're the end of the day, end of the work week, heading into the weekend. And we're happy that you guys could be here with us for a final show for this week, folks. Yep. As we head into the weekend, rest, recuperate, and to refire. Good to have all of you here. Win. We see you on the live. Win Cosnu and Dolly Anderson. Good to see each and every one of you folks. Share the live for us. Why don't you smash that emoji button as well? We hope that you guys had a great day, folks. You ended the week on a high note, or you ending it on a high note. We still got a few hours remaining, folks, and we watching it too. We are watching it as well. A lot of things coming out of the during the course of the day. The Alliance for Change had a press conference. The People's National Congress Reform had their press conference as well, folks, and we hope that you guys are good and well. Please and thank you. Good to see all of you folks. Really happy to see all of you folks. You know, as we said in the vernacular, Verlin Ward. How you doing, Verlin? Good to see you on the live. Shireen Hohencourt, Annette Cummins. Good to see you, Leona Douglas. I seeing one, somebody's name is just Facebook user. So Facebook user, good to see you on the live too. And I see Eva Mattis. I don't know what causes that to happen. You know, maybe y'all go too deep on the covers. Y'all go too deep on the covers, and all of these things happen, unfortunately, folks. How are you folks doing this evening? Do let us know. Y'all got a little chips out. You know, I want to apologize. Let me start there. I know some of y'all spouses, male or female, might be next to y'all and fretting right now. Is the bell fella on? And it's just chooping your teeth and so on. Choops in her teeth, you know, sucking the teeth. Say, go have a bad mommy. You know, with this fella, you come in. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, folks. You know, I was at the ATM the other day, and a woman came up next to me. She said, "Shira." She said, "Father have His mercies." She said, "Father have His mercies." I can't take it. That's what the lady said. She said, "I can't take it. It's too much when the night come. Some nights I could handle it, but sometimes, you know how it is, huh? Sometimes it's just too much for you. Man, woman, and child." Yeah. Soon as she said that, I pick up in my spirit. You know when your spirit feelings pick up things, right? When last you pick up something in your spirit. When your spirit, reggae vibes, when your spirit clean, Rashada McDonald, huh? Klangran, Serdema, when your spirit is clean, you pick up things. Unlike the bishop, bishop, all kinds of things happening. He perceptive like that. I picked it up one time in spirit. I said, "I apologize. Please tell him hello for me." I said, "Give him my regards." I ain't telling you nothing. That's that. That's what the lady said. I ain't telling you nothing. And I know she meant well. I know she. So I ain't telling you nothing. I said, "Give him my regards. Tell him thanks for the support." Every damn night in my ears. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm just for her. Just for her. Just for her. Ring the bell one time for Big Auntie. Just for you. So I ain't telling you nothing. I love it. Such for some of us, huh? Such. I find as I getting big, like I can't manage too much at night. I can turn down over time. You never ask me. Eva Mattis? Give another week or two. Chef Scalo. I ain't turning myself. I can't manage all the nice and the rakataka. And I do two things now, the old knee shaking. One good foot. That's why I said this morning. When they try with us in the pension, you see, they try with us in the pension. Facebook user is a set of Facebook users. Is all your people we? Except Jennifer Hadley, Facebook user. Something they say happens. That's why you get this thing. Facebook user. You're going real deep state. Incognito. Folks, welcome to the broadcast. I'm telling you. I held the door. She made it a drought millions. I said, give him my regards. Eh? Debbie Hohenkirk, Clive Thomas, Clive Williams. See, I think him Dr. Clive Thomas. Clive Williams, Debbie, and all the other folks joining us. Folks, welcome to our humble broadcast. We're very happy you could join us. Final broadcast, folks. Final broad. You know, these press conferences, the PP send the people. They ask all kinds of questions. I hear some people ask questions in the press conferences of the PNCR, press conferences of the Alliance for Change. You don't hear the voice. BJ got a press conference 3 hours and then find no time in it to ask a question. Chef Scalo, Debbie Hohenkirk, but in the PNCR press conference, the Alliance for Change, the AFC press conference, they're asking all the things. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's journalism. You know, the question of the day was who poaching or who territory, who poaching, who officer, who around the corner, who up the side, poaching. That's the opener tonight, folks. Who poaching? I love the way the political parties handle it. Mr. Norton, how do you feel that AFC has been in your constituencies poaching, like poach eggs? AFC, PNCR, so then like when they are y'all in the neighborhoods. Folks, the opener tonight. Who poaching? Who approaching?
We're not poaching anyone. We're spreading a message. We're going to be listening to persons so that we could be better informed to assist them. And I can't see how listening and spreading a message is can be equated to poaching. And we don't. And as you know, we go into all communities. Areas perceived to be PNC, area perceived to be PPP, areas perceived to be any other political party. It's a message we're spreading. Our position remains the same. The Alliance for Change is doing it, listening and grounding in all communities. We don't feel there is any party that has a transport on any community in this country. So we will continue going into communities once to spread our message and obviously garner support from whoever is willing to lend it. And the question of leadership or anything like that is not even something that we have even considered. We have said that we are working on our party and we've laid out our plans, and nothing has changed from that position.
It is evident that the AFC is going into PNC strongholds. I even have information sent by party members with them quoting members of the People's National Congress reform. But our party is a strong party. They are guided by a philosophy and a clear understanding of what we set out to do. Unlike the PPP, we don't crucify people for going in the stronghold like they did with us when we went into Bushlot and when we went to campaign. We have a different political culture. And what we will do is to work with our supporters to ensure we maintain them and be strong. As it relates to the question of a coalition, we believe coalition should reflect the strength of the political parties. And our approach is for coalition, but we are not naive to believe that we could just accept anything. We would want the coalition to reflect the strength of the political parties, reflect the strength of the Guyanese people, with the aim of being successful in the next elections.
Yep. Welcome back. That's what they said, good folks. That's what they said. I love the maturity about it. You know, if you know yourself, you don't have to worry. If you know yourself, you don't got to worry. Listen, I never like jumping around the place. I talk to Mr. Norton all the time, visit my colleagues, and the PNCR all the time, going Congress Place all the time. You ain't gotta worry. You gotta worry with me. I'm not a jumping about the place, boy. Inside the pan, outside the pan, 1 foot in one. I never like that. Some young get political age, you know. Jumping, you know. By night, you meet him, PvP people in the cars all over the place, taking your envelopes and so on. And by day, you know, by day, some of y'all different. Different. You're not worry with me. I believe in the cause. And I've said it here a million times. I believe in coalition politics. That is where I am. AFC cannot win by itself. PNCR can't win by itself. We need each other in this business. You ain't got to bother with me. You understand me? So let me stop trying to win each other. Because we are in the coalition trying to dislodge and will dislodge the PPP. Right? Let me focus on the people in the middle. The people on the fence. You know, you don't got to bother. But I love the maturity. Could I say that? Could I just say that? Christopher, could I just say that I in the middle? I say everybody. Except the PPP. You don't got to bother with me. I ain't jumping no place. I the right here. Watching y'all. Right? Me going from no tree top to the ground. Right? I there all the time watching watching the jagabats and the trench crappos. Let us go after those who we are uncertain about. Whether you're in here, AFC, you over sir, PNCR, we going on the road together, man. We dislodging these jagabats and trench crappos. That is what we have to be committed to doing. Going after the independents. Going after those folks who are on the fence, who know what they're doing here. You understand? But I love the maturity. I know those were some set questions. Come in there because you see, the PPP do not want a united opposition. Right? They don't want that. That is the last thing they want. How was song there, Christopher? Am I making sense? David Papin, Leslie Hamilton. They don't want to see us live like brothers. Yvette? No. They don't want to do that. All they want us to do is keep on killing one another. Top ranking. Somebody should make that song. Top ranking. That's what they're trying to do there. They're trying to sow seeds of discord. The good book says must mark them. Those that try to do that. You know, I was running for student government once, and a friend of mine, she had the spine, she had the fortitude. So I see she moving shifty with the opposition. I said, what happened? She said, Duncan, student government, you know. She said, Duncan, when I with them, I for them, right? When I with you, I for you. Look, you see, some of y'all think I jump from a tree top and land on the ground, you know. That's what some of y'all think. I've seen that so many times afterwards. That student government many years ago. She said, when I with them, I for them. When I with you, I for you. Up to now, he knows who she vote for. She's splitting vote in half, sir. Up to now, he knows which one we should vote for. When I with them, I for them. Right? When I with you, yeah. Right? Some people move like that. I for y'all, but I just can't be seen with y'all. Even Matis, how you doing? But I love the way my parties dealt with it maturely. That was the opener. folks, we bringing it down tonight. It's Friday night, and we're doing things our way. You see this damn flicking this thing like a flag and swat it away. Norton on the fight card tonight. Squatting. You know it's election. When them boys say we solving all these squatting problems. All these squatting problems we solving. All this squatting problem. You better be careful who you are working with. Be careful who you're working with. Here's some people now, some teachers forge the colleague signature to get loan. You gotta be so careful. We take everybody at face value. That's y'all. Mm-hmm. I used to be like that. I have people lash you one time, lash you 2 times. You catch sense. I accept the world as it is. It's a back of scams and vagabonds and scoundrels. But I'm hoping for the best. Yeah. I'm hoping for the best. This is politics, folks. Trust no one. So the trust the colleagues. People gonna left the bag with people and people take the idea and sign up, take all kinds of worries. No. You left your food open, your bowl, your this, your that. You see? But I trust the Lord for clean spirit. I pick up things. I thank the Lord for clean spirit. I pick up easy. Wap. Sensing some yam spirit right now. Leslie, Dolly, sensing some yam spirit right now. Deborah, come in. Beatrice, Valerie. I can start calling myself a bishop, you know. Prophet Duncan. Pick up something. Wap. And I always wonder why I'm feeling uneasy wrong, Dominic. And I was wondering, Craig, and I was like my skill little itching. I didn't know Stanley Larry talking to me. Watch these two. I didn't know. And then they're talking about Bamia on the car tonight. Beatrice, Bamia on the car tonight. Christopher Chichester, Christopher, you give me a vibes like you're a clean spirit man too. That's a picking up. You're a clean spirit man. I can start styling myself now, Bishop Duncan. Tracy Clark, Tracy sensing. You sparge often with your little bush and so. You got a clean spirit. Christopher said, easy, Bishop Duncan. Folks, it's Friday. I said, yeah, I look light, not heavy. And you want to say, I can't say it heavy. He said, you're heavy. You go into bed. You tell the woman, look, you don't tell me nothing. He said, you're light. Said, you're light. When she spot you tonight, big auntie. How are you? Coming in for London. Unlike the woman at the ATM. Don't tell me nothing. I tell you. Big auntie said for me. So folks, we got something on the car tonight. Look story now. You see where your spirit clean. That's the theme for tonight. Biometrics, Powerships, clean spirit. The sub-theme, clean spirit. I don't get in problems with people, you know. Rarely. People get in problems with me. I don't lose friends. Say he said, find and prove. I don't lose friends like that. I pick up in my spirit who people is. I meet them at the point. I know you can't handle information. I pick up in my spirit. I tell you certain things. You know? Some people it's not like it's not like the talkative, but they ain't got the constitution for the information. Right? So the minute you go and tell them no, I give me white blow. Oh Jesus Lord. I tell somebody, why you tell me that, man? Shucks, you know. They can't handle information. Pick up in spirit. Let's story now. There's a story of the missing lady. She got AWOL, a mortgagee, a landlord, gone AWOL, missing, disappeared. Folks, I tell you all, there is no place on earth like Guyana. No, 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 no. Not the pipe them do. People from Scotland Yard, CIA, FBI, what's the other one? The other intelligence agency. They come here and train. That's how we bad. Some mortgagee, a landlord, they disappear. They're telling us tonight, folks, that a woman in Georgetown, she is accused, listen to this now. Watch out now, she might be right next to you. Got you in the luck, got you in the hustle. She's accused of defrauding at least 7 persons, potentially more, right? Renting them the same apartment. This is not one after the next, right? This is putting out an ad. You come pay money. All right, you can clock in Monday. You come pay money. 90,000. You can clock in Monday. You come pay money. You can clock in Monday. The lady's been taking rental deposits. And now she's vanished. Disappear. Folks, if it seems too good to be true, it is. So looking for this woman tonight. The victims have reported that the woman advertised an apartment on Facebook, met with potential tenants, accepted cash deposits, approved receipts. She approved receipts, never delivered on the apartment. And now they're discovering that many tenants have been deceived. Oh, and here how they know they're deceived. Everybody converge in the apartment where they're moving things. We hear truck line up down the street. Everybody moving in. We wonder what's happening here in St. Brianville. One truck line up after the next. Everybody moving in. The frustrated victims, including one Ashanti Griffith, Alicia Goraya, like she's going to these people with the acronym AG, Ashanti Griffith, Alicia Goraya. That's a coincidence. Huh? And they recounted how the woman would use elaborate excuses why they can't get the place at a specific time. You know? And then when the time came and went, delaying refund and all of that, y'all better be careful out there. Countries that start producing oil like something is raised up. Like something is just raised up. Right, Facebook user? Facebook user says she's a PvP student. I wouldn't doubt. You see, when your spirit clean, you pick up things. All right. So I would advise these folks, you gotta get purged now. All right? You gotta get a purge. Well, I can't recommend to you what is a purge. You know? Because some people might be, you gotta get the toxins out, go run three laps in the park. But I know if I tell some of you that you want to give out right away, you even go on your marks. You want to just like whap whap. you better sit down and maybe 7 drink some bitters. Please and thank you. So everybody converge in this apartment. Trucks line up down the streets. You know? This is how that 15-year-old was knocked down the other day. The truck's heading up by the place. One truck after the next. Y'all better clean up your spirit. This country getting bad, you know. This country getting bad. Clean up your spirit. Go to church. Right? Clean up your spirit and avoid things like this. I see this Facebook user, Facebook. Put people in problems like this. You know you don't give up your apartment someplace. You park in a truck or you head to the city, says, nice time now. Nice time. Huh? The lady there's some way. And nice time with you money. You gone. People say, who's you? Me moving nowhere. Who rent you this place here? Wicked people. Wicked people. That's all I want to tell you. Right? But when you spray clean like nothing now, you pick up them jagabats and change crapos easy. Here I tell you, you pick them up easy. In your spirit. Easy. Gather some folks the other day, Mr. Norton. Went down there by Jicum. You know? Jagon here he coming. I said, Mr. Norton, you gotta go there with these. Go there with these thing more often. Master, I kind this biometrics thing to central exec. Hope you get treated as a certain dirty spirit. A certain dirty spirit people there. Here is if it's on the building apartment buildings. If it's on the building and renting apartment buildings. Some of them name getting called. The same story here. Luan Hall, Guthrie Clark, some of them the name getting called in the same story here. 4 years of landing government, you know. A bank could say, oh God, I overheard one gentleman saying the other day, we were in where were we? Youth Parliament. Ministers standing in earshot of me said, Lord, these 10 apartment buildings give me a real hassle to manage. These 10 apartment buildings give me a real hassle. And these contractors now, you got a day behind them. They want charge and minister. Right? And one person, one room they renting, one apartment renting to 50 people. Now when you go by Higgins and say, this charge out ugly one day, rent my place and I got a man and it's still I want back my money. Right? When the sheriff ugly fell now, give donation to the wedding. You think they listen to you? When the sheriff ugly man give donation to the wedding, you think they listen to you? But when the spirit nothing pick them up, you know. From the word go, he picked them up. So Jack News says no. Once the biometrics don't defraud, disenfranchise any voters, we can think about it. Don't bother with costs and all now. We can. Let me come to my central exec and see what they say now. The dirty spirit said. Let me see what they say. Biometrics is it. Norton says that alone is not going to solve the problem. We got to expand on this thing now. Deborah Clark, Christopher Chester, we got to expand on it now. Some other things are needed too. I think you all know.
Biometrics will likely be in place for the next general and regional elections. The government has said that it's disposed to biometrics. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton told the press conference on Friday that biometrics must be part of a package to ensure credible elections.
That package must also include a clean voters list and an impartial professional elections commission. Biometrics without a clean voters list will not allow for free and fair election. It is therefore imperative that we have a clean voters list in which the existence of the persons on the list is verified and it is established that they are eligible to vote.
On Tuesday, a protest outside the headquarters of the Guyana Elections Commission made the same case. Norton said that the opposition is willing to support the government to make any changes to the law to allow for the use of biometrics.
Every child in Guyana knows that the PPP is given every Tom, Dick, Harilal, Spanish, Chinese, and Bangladeshi's national identification cards, having removed the strict requirements to obtain a birth certificate and the verification of an eligible voter.
Jack Deo, the vice president, in 2015 had made a case for biometrics. The coalition government in place did move to set the stage for this electronic process.
We began to do registration for a new and clean voters list. The PPP went to court and stopped it for whatever reason. Now, as far as I'm aware, we were prepared to get a clean voters list. As I understand it as well, you have a situation where once the data is digitalized, the fingerprint, then you could move straight to biometrics.
GCOM began discussions on biometrics. A further meeting was scheduled for Thursday, but the chairperson was indisposed. But there were initial discussions.
From my information, it would appear that the PPP was preparing to go to this discussion and just ram their proposals through. For instance, it also involved discussion on the use of the voters lists for the cash grant, which serious questions were raised about, because you were almost automatically putting the data in the hands of the government, which is putting it in the hands of the PPP.
The government wanted to use the existing voters list as a basis for the cash grant distribution. However, the opposition commissioners noted that the list was flawed.
As a logical sequel of that, noting that the government is extremely corrupt, we endorse our commissioner's position. In fact, we put out a statement yesterday indicating that we support our commissioner's stance on the issue, and we are deeply concerned that because the government is so superlatively corrupt, one cannot allow them to utilize the voters list as the basis for the cash grant.
Biometric.
Yep. Welcome back, folks. That's in his own words. In his own words, Mr. Aubrey Norton, leader of the PNCR and leader of the opposition. You can. We're glad to watch them, folks. If you're watching what's happening up on the East Coast, I wish the Ministry of Infrastructure would plan these things better. When a little bridge gives out there, the inconvenience, because that highway isn't meant to take up that kind of traffic, right? I'm happy that the coalition started the plans to put in these access roads, the Heroes Highway. Well, it wasn't Heroes Highway. Had that in the works and had the Ogle to Eccles access road all laid out and plans laid out already. Them boys get in, They come and get in. We used to say in the vernacular, get in like a god. They come, we had the framework already there for the Natural Resource Fund. They start drawing down on the oil well. Get in. But I wish they would organize these things, because they're now telling us from 9:30 tonight, so if you had a plan to sleep out, hope you are spirit clean and pick this up. Right? Tonight at 9:30, they're going to be working on the Montrose Bridge. So if you go in that route, you're going to be sucking your teeth when you get to that point. So you better head in early tonight. Right? Because I think you'll laugh you. You may get an excuse to come later. 9:30 tonight, they're working on the Montrose Bridge. So the driving public, they're telling us their advice, of course, pay attention. Right? Pay attention. And they're saying that many bridges on the East Coast have been compromised by heavy traffic. So when they lock up the Montrose Bridge, and all the traffic got to be diverted someplace else, they end up now compromising. You see the madness here? You see the madness here? Them people don't work on bridge holiday and say, they take holiday too. Weekends, they say, It's all you're trying to get home now. Right? Head out the city for the weekend. Some people live so far out of the city, they keep an apartment in the city during the week, and then they travel home on the weekend. You're not gonna be, bothered with this now. You get caught by the bunch of but you're in problems. People get vexed and road rage. And where we're going with that in this country now. Where road rage is concerned. Right? But that's with you folks. Take it easy out there. Remember, they're fixing the Montrose Bridge. Drive the other side. Drive the other side, good folks. Drive the other side. Interestingly, as we're in construction and so on, Sunday, Minister of Education, the indomitable Premanik Chan, started talking about, you remember I told you all recently about these threats you keep hearing them making? They're trying to spur on the contractors to work faster. I mean, not just show. It's just for optics. You see your friend run up by the specialty hospital, Children's Hospital. He said, finish it quick. And now prayer warns contractors over delays and poor performance on school projects. When did they, you see, if you have a system, the minister don't have to do this. The minister can put on a hard hat and pretend she's an engineer. If you have a system, then the minister could stick to policy and let the people on the ground do what the people on the ground got to do, execute. But when you got to go down on the ground now, in this way, you could tell, and it's everybody, You can see the Colin Crowell, he got to go and tell somebody about the roads. One Edgel, he got to go and tell somebody about some street light. Fix this thing quick. Y'all take along on this bridge. Election coming. The system is not working. The country don't just fall 6 months behind. One day. It's like when the minister was up at Crossaby Secondary School. And then the fund is there. Why isn't the foreman on the ground here? What? When y'all realize it? We spoke about that since in January. Last week they went Crossaby and realized the thing 8 months behind. And they think if you go there and you shout up and somebody filming you, berating the contractor, that's good governance and leadership and accountability. It's the very opposite of that. It is the very opposite of that. So the minister has issued a very stern warning to contractors and school construction projects. She said very sternly, the delays in substandard work will not be tolerated. She was speaking at the Neem Secondary School in Region 3 and stressed the need for accountability, urging contractors to only accept projects that they're capable of completing. If you have a system that works, you don't have to do this. You think Trump's Secretary of Education could go on some road project, got cameras and saying, you better finish this thing here now. This concrete is looking thick enough. We all doing it. We got a biscuit road. This is not sustainable. It's madness. What's the Minister of Education with a hard hat and orange jacket? I'm going to say, make yourself a comic. You're making yourself a comic. You make you start going like you better back yourself up. You better back yourself up. Well, if they're like Norton, they hate Patterson. If the people don't like Norton, they hate Patterson. Hate Patterson. Soon Jack you run out the other day with the power ship. I mean the ship. Patterson run out behind them. And I'm happy. You know what I mean? Going with the maths. Patterson sit down and meticulously calculate all of this. 1 kilowatt at 5 cents. You could tell he got the temperament of an accountant. Right? Everything other people, 1 kilowatt is this, bap, bap, bap. Patterson finished that calculation. Y'all didn't tell me that them 2 ships for the 2-year country, they said got another ship, not a ship. By December, 98 billion. Yeah? But the power question was one of the questions that trip up Jagdo yesterday. Listen to what he said. Trip you up. Listen to what Jagdo said yesterday about the power ship. We come back to Patterson.
Milton Granum for Starbuck News. Has the deal been inked with any of the bidders for the additional supply of electricity as the Christmas season is approaching?
Oh, okay. So right now, the only one that went to the cabinet, I think it went to the cabinet, the same company that came in, the Powership. That is the only one because the rest were for supply of equipment, which will take a long time to establish. All the other bids were not for sale of power, but they had to come and establish a plant. So that has been settled. I think it's gone to the cabinet today, and they would sign up. They have to build 5 kilometers of transmission main. So that project has started. So, and it should be completed in 6 weeks. The material often is not here in the country, so they're using some spare material that we're borrowing.
Yeah. That should use it. They should use it. So that's some ways I want to play the whole thing. Don't get him upset. PP's been triggered. Don't get him upset. Should use it. Even for nothing else. Old scrap iron. So you watch and see in 2 weeks. The same response we got for the sugar industry, you'll get for the power sector. Right? He'll say, we've asked the Prime Minister, I was there with the effect when he asked the Prime Minister and did that in there to have a review for us to tell us why this thing is underperforming. You watch and you see and you wait and you will see. We've asked them for a report. I don't want to get into it too much now. I don't want to get ahead of it because I don't know what's going to be in the report. Let's wait and see. But I was saying the president asked him to once you come in the fight, you gotta deal with these big head crosses. This is what you gotta deal with. That's what you gotta deal with. Price for the power shit. Oh God, tell you we here. Take a look, listen.
Electricity generation is now a costly affair in Guyana. Former Minister David Patterson told the press conference on Friday that power outages have returned with a vengeance. He blamed the ruling PPP for this state of affairs. He said that this is caused by poor decision-making. More recently, Guyana has been renting power ships at what Patterson says is a tremendous cost. On Thursday, Vice President Barrow Jagdeo announced the rental of yet another power ship.
The daily rental for the one that is operating now, power ship, the 36 megawatt power ship, is 13.5 million Guyana dollars a year. And the 75 megawatt ship that will be coming online, they said in another 6 weeks, will be 35.3 million Guyana dollars per day.
That's almost $50 million per day. And the rentals are just for generation.
The fuel for the 36 and the 75 megawatts power ships to run heavy HFO would be 75.5 million Guyana dollars a year. There's another contract, which is for the transportation of the fuel to these power ships, and the 36 megawatt is at station in Barbies, and I assume that the 75 will be there as well. The daily rate for transportation of this fuel is 4.2 million Guyana dollars a year. it will be 1.5 billion for per day. Sorry, 4.2 million gallons a day.
The total cost of the electricity generation is $126 million per day, according to Patterson. But there is line loss. All the power generated doesn't reach the consumers.
When the AP and UAFC coalition left limited office, the cost to the consumer was no more than 42 cents, 21 cents. That is all in generation and distribution GPL admin cost.
He said that these costs must be added to the gas to shore project. He said that these rental costs accrued because the gas to shore project should have been completed by now. This project, according to the government, has been extended to next year.
Yeah. That's what he said. Money like sand. They could buy systems that don't have to rent times over with that money. Why you think they're renting? Huh? Does anybody guess? Why you think they're renting? Must ask David when you see. Must ask David when you see him. Them might say that doing a regularization now. The people from places like Caneview, Mocha, they're too late now. They're regularizing 17 squatting settlements. So y'all are bulldozing and breaking down, pelleting and flooding out. Huh? I gotta take a pass by success. So the folks keeping on down that side there. I gotta take a walk down the side and see what's going on. That's why they're gonna be regularizing 17. Folks, you know election time when you see it. Them boys are bulldozing 4 years. Right. No election on the car, the streets are. Yeah, 17 squatters we're regularizing. 17. You know it's like y'all don't fall for these gimmicks with these fellas. Don't do it. And then I saw a headline today that says water has come to Bamia after 30 years. All right. How long up to power? It's we fault. Before Aptu went in power for about 3 years, before the no confidence motion, how long PP went in? Water's come to Bamia after 30 years. Don't even add Apnu term. PP did 23 years before that and add the last 4, 27. And add the 3 now before the confidence of Apnu, you get 30. So of the 30, they've been in for 27. And they must share, after 30 years. So what they didn't do in 27, they'd expect you for doing 3. That's the nature of the folks, They would expect you to have done it in 3. Right? And they would upturn your car by Pegasus. They'd protest you in Parliament. Because that's the nature of the hypocrites. Now, if they bring water in Bamia after 30 years, when they finish in the Bamia primary school, that's all I'm asking. Water works aside, when they finish in the Bamia primary school, it finished yet? Well, you remember yesterday Jack Joe was talking about he wants to talk to Trump. Well, Putin want to talk to Trump too. Xi Jinping want to talk to Trump too. Zelensky want to talk to Trump too. What else you got? The Iranians might want to talk to him too. So you might as well take a number. Here you want to talk to Trump about Burke. He want to talk to Trump about Burke. The man start talking about Burke in his press conference. He start stripping. He taking off his tie. Start getting excited. He want to talk to Trump. Now, if you got a war in the Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine, You got some intractable issues in the Middle East, the Palestinians, the Israelis. They got some things started up there with Iran. You want to, it's Burke you coming with? You got a problem, man. You said back in the line. You got no problem.
We would also work with his administration to debunk a lot of the lies being peddled by some forces, including the opposition. For the past several years, they have been meeting US government officials and have been telling a bunch of lies to them. Almost every mission that comes.
Yeah. We know the whole thing. We know the whole thing. We worry not tomorrow. We know the whole thing. Norton say, better be careful you wish for. You want that to drop though? You want that to drop, you better be careful. You plan on backfire. I remember school and I was teaching a cow called boy and so on. They had a book called Backfire. You better be careful. You plan on backfire. You want to talk to Trump? You sure? You sure? You sure that's why you sure that's why you want to? Huh? You sure you want to talk to Trump? You better be careful, yeah. Better be careful. That's what Norton said. You sure? You sure? You sure?
Vice President Barra Jagdev has welcomed the election of Donald Trump as President of the United States. He has said that this provides an opportunity for the People's Progressive Party to lobby the United States to remove the negative allegations about Guyana under the PPP. On Friday, opposition leader Aubrey Norton described the statements by the Vice President as nothing but hot air. He said that the evidence of those allegations are supported by facts.
He is an unprofessional spinner of everything. What are the charges against Jack Dew's government? One, they're involved in racial discrimination. The evidence is abundant. More than 90% of the revenue that goes to contracts go to PPP persons. And so evidently there is discrimination.
He said that in areas of cash transfers, there were discrimination.
They have been giving out money to their support base throughout the year. As recent as the week before the announcement, they were giving 200 to 500,000 to their supporters in the quarantine.
Norton said that any charges against the PPP are well founded in facts.
And let him explain to us why is it, even though I said I would have agreed that Justice Cummins and Justice Brooks and George Wilshire are not being appointed. That also is indicative of what is happening. What can explain that you're supposed to have a proper procurement process and you put out, I think about for 40 or 50 lots for drugs for the society, and all of them, the equivalent of $7 billion went to the friend of Barra Jagdew.
On lobbying Donald Trump, he said that Jagdew believes that countries are run like Guyana.
Jagdew should be the last to talk about lobbying Trump. It is the same Jagdew regime that, in an attempt to get power in 2020, agreed with the Americans to recognize Taiwan. Sorry, not to recognize, to establish a trade mission here for Taiwan. And then when they got in power and pressure come to them, they reneged it.
Our country needs to understand the interests of a country.
The Trump administration and the opposition might have more confidence because they want to be anti-corruption, even if it's for the public domain. And the PPP is a corrupt regime. That right away creates a difference. The second thing, there has been an increase in drugs and drug trafficking since the PPP returned to government. That also affects the interests of the United States. And I am not so sure that Jagdew can be able to do a transaction as it relates to that. In fact, if I were Jagdew, I would worry that a government has returned that you prove untrustworthy to, and you should really be worrying if they will trust him again.
Gotta worry. There's where we leave it, folks. Until we see you guys back next week. Have a great weekend. That's our time and that's our program for this week. That's it. International lawyer Selvin Peters, I see you on the live tonight. Great to have you at this end. Lyndon Hicks, I see you too. And all the other folks, just Facebook user. Good to see you folks on the live. Dolly Anderson, I spot you. Apparently, none of the Facebook names are coming through. I'm seeing the folks who are on the tube, right? Adoli, Leander, Marvel Shorts. Good to have you. Pierre Lecoq, Royston Frank, and all the folks joining us on Facebook. We don't know what's happening tonight, but we're happy you're here nonetheless. Go ahead and have a fantastic weekend. And we can see you guys right back here next week. Stay safe.